didn't stitch the last stitch. So I'm just going to manually stitch it. I'm at row 29. You want to make sure there's no tension on the yarn when you're knitting, because it will change how much it's knitting. So I usually just give a yank so that it's free flowing. Dropped a stitch over here. Since it's only a gauge, I'm not going to worry about picking it back up, because I'll be measuring it in the middle and up through the top. Okay, now I'm going to do a quick cast off, which I don't use my tools for that. You just do a simple cast off, not one of the real tight binding ones, whichever one you're most comfortable with. Now about halfway through this, I'm going to have to take my weights off, otherwise they'll land on my toes. Now I wait. And just set your stuff out of the way while you remove this. Now when you make these baby buttons, you want soft yarn. Caron, I can never pronounce that, C-A-R-O-N, Caron, makes a wonderful soft yarn. The only color I've got is a dark green. And I think babies should have bright colors. Not necessarily blue or pink, which are nice, but, you know, bright. Ones that they can focus their eyes on. Okay, this is how I usually do it. I wrap the yarn around my thumb like when you were knitting. That way when I put it over here, I can just bring my thumb up and over. Now if it needs a little bit of weight, I'll just take one of my weights and hang it anywhere on there down lower. That'll keep it from the work from flying up and off the needles. Excuse me. Okay, now when I get this done, I'm going to bring up a flat item so I can measure it, and I'll show you how I'm measuring it. There's two measurements you're going to need, the length and the width. So the four numbers you're going to need are the stitches you used, which I used 30, the rows you used, which I used 60, the length of the work, which will correspond with the rows, the width of the work, which will correspond with the stitches. Then you'll have to do some math. I will cast on 41 stitches. You could do a closed, now I'm doing a closed cast on. You could do an open cast on and then do the kitchen stitch. But I wanted to see if how this would look. Now this is the bottom of the cocoon. So we will start with the short rowing. I'll do a couple of rows straight before I do the short rowing. Okay, got my 42. Now my cast on comb has only 36 stitches, but I'm still going to use it because I'm going to be using my weights. Push my work back a little bit and then bring it forward again. That gives me enough room to hang my cast on combs. Now if you're using the black hem, just go ahead and cast on some waste yarn and work at it from there. And then I'm pushing my work back, making sure my needles are not tangled in any way. And I'm pushing back to working position, which is your yellow card if you're still using it. I don't use it. Alright. Anyway, you want to open up your latches. This is just a little potter's tool I have. You could take a credit card and cut it into a triangle-ish. Okay, now they're open, and now I'm going to knit 4 rows, I think, is what I want to do. Yeah, just enough to give it a base. And when I knit the first row, I'm going to look, make sure I didn't lose any stitches. See, sometimes I do. See, I'm just going into the cast on row, picking up a stitch, and then rehanging it, and then once it's on there, I'm going to restitch it. Okay? Alright. So there's my 4 rows. Oh, there's 2 rows. Excuse me, can't count. Let's go one more. For this last stitch, you have to watch. It's telling me I don't have enough weights on it. Okay, now this short rowing, we're going to do decrease short rowing. My carriage is on my right, so the opposite needle I'm putting into non-working position. Let me zoom in so you see what I'm talking about. See how it's sticking out? That is non-working position. Okay? Now, after a fashion, that one will need some added weights. Okay? So we're going to knit a row. Now, when I say wrap a stitch, what I'm talking about is just take the yarn, come down below the needle that is extended, and bring it out. Now I want to put the other needle, this needle here, in non-working position. And then I knit the row. Now I put the needle non-working position, wrap the needle, and knit the row. Right around here, or maybe the next row, I will need to put a weight on it. See how it's starting to bubble up? Forgot to put that in working position. It always should be even. You know, 2 here, 2 there. Every other one, wrap it. Put this needle in non-working position. Knit. Non-working position. Wrap. Knit. Okay, see now it is starting to bubble up here. So I take one of my weights and just put it everywhere it's bubbled up. Okay, put this needle in non-working position, and you want to go until you've got 3 sections of approximately even needles. You got 2 sections in non-working position and a 3rd section in working position. Okay, non-working and wrap. Now see, this is starting to bubble up over here. Let's bring out another weight. Now this is glass paint, the kind that you do paint on glass, like this for sun catchers. Okay, see now it's bubbling here. Now some of this you can just put another weight in your hem if you have it. But I have these, so I'll use these. Now I had, what do we do? 82 stitches is what I started with. That's why I do it first, because I usually forget to do it. So you have 5 over here and 5 over there. And you may have to move these weights that are over here, over here. Now I have a stubborn needle here. It likes to rise up, and sometimes that catches on my, let's see if I can show it to you. See how it's up a little bit? Not sure why. So I just have to watch that when I knit it. Because it raises up and it catches on the